This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1147, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang. Joining me from Loverland, Virginia, stressed out Jesse Carey.
Hello.
From L.A., you know him from Social Club Misfits, it's Marty.
What's up?
No Nashville representation today. Emily is out because tonight she's going to an Olivia Rodrigo concert, and she needed the day to get ready.
What? Oh, okay. I mean,
this is a true story. She asked off today because she's going to an Olivia Rodrigo concert tonight.
Here's the thing. I have no issue with this. I think it's great. I think we should all take a note. And because sometimes, here's the thing. I like her playbook here because sometimes, especially when it's a Friday and I got big plans, right. and I'm just wrapping the day, doing the thing. I don't really start enjoying the actual plan probably for 2 hours in because I'm still decompressing. I'm still I was rushing around. I like this whole idea of you really need a day or two to prepare for a single hour and a half long event.
I mean, what's that Drake lyric? You can't drink all day unless you start in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It's like
sure.
I think what concert?
That's kind of where I was going.
What concert would somebody ask for like the whole day in advance, and it would be weird? Like, what artist to see, to perform, to watch would you do? Would you watch, but be like, hey, I'm watching Marilyn Manson tonight. I need the whole day. Like, it has different context. Like, are you sacrificing something? Like, what are you going to do? Like this, it's different when it's certain artists. But Olivia or like a Taylor, it makes sense. But we get into weird territory when it's like, no, we see Snoop Dogg today. Oh, what are you going to do all day then? What are you going to do?
I think it's not so much like even just like which artist. It's what event. Like if you had someone that's like, hey man, I'm going to see Dune tonight, Dune 2 on 4D Max with the rumble chairs and the whole deal. Yeah, I get the cup, the popcorn. I got a Chalamet fit. I'm rocking. I'm going to need to take off on Wednesday through Friday. Like, at what point
does it extend?
Does it extend to like just a night at the movies?
Yeah,
exciting for her.
Yeah, she's out, and Derek's out, still shooting that music video. So there you go.
By the way, I saw a great video of some guy. I think it was a guy. He was in like I know nothing about the story of Dune. I know I didn't see the first one. I know nothing about the franchise.
Picture Star Wars in the desert, and you pretty much got it.
Yeah, and I know there's worms involved, but I saw. Do you see the video of the guy who brought his own like giant worm that he was riding in the movie theater lobby?
No, I didn't see that.
It was pretty cool.
It was kind of like those Chinese dragons, where people are inside of it, that kind of thing. He mounted like a hoverboard or scooter, like adult scooter thing on it.
Oh wow!
And he was he was riding around the movie theater lobby, with this massive worm. He was in a full Dune outfit and stuff.
I had no desire to see this movie, until I saw that. And I'm like, are people surfing worms here? Because I might be in. I had no idea people surfed worms in this movie.
I think Timothée Chalamet's character at one point surfs the worm. So
is it true that
I want to see the worm surfing? Yeah.
Austin Butler still has the Elvis accent in the in the movie they're talking about? He still has like that deep voice.
As the bald guy.
Yeah, it's like that warrior that it's funny. I was watching a video right before we started where the guy who wrote Dune felt like George Lucas stole the whole thing, and so he ended up writing a book because he also taught kids how to in college how to write and stuff like that. It was like his love to write. His last book was basically like a shot at all the Star Wars from George Lucas, and so how he just felt like it was all stolen. From
it's pretty valid.
Very close, like Princess Leia.
I watched all the Star Wars, obviously, and then when I saw the first Dune, which I'd never read the book, so I watched the first Dune not knowing anything about it, and I'm sitting there watching it with Cohen, and I'm like, and Cohen when he was younger really did like Star Wars. We're just sitting there going, this is just ripping off Star Wars. And then we looked it up, like, no, Dune came first. Yeah. Star Wars definitely ripped off Dune.
Yeah, it's funny. I've never seen any of them. So there's that. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. I'm missing a lot of movies, man. I haven't seen any Star Wars. I haven't seen any Lord of the Rings.
I don't think you're missing them.
Yeah. Star Wars is tough to recommend because
it is. I mean, I'm locked in for 7 movies.
And it's just like I'm not. I've seen them all, but I'm not like a Star Wars person. I'm with you. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I'm not a fantasy person.
Yeah.
The Star Wars stuff is just like the movies are so hit and miss. I mean, there are really good ones. The current era, I mean, like the Mandalorian spinoff and stuff was actually really, really cool. Beautifully done, compelling, good storytelling. Rogue One was fun. I mean, like some of the modern ones are good. But then you go back and try to watch the 90s ones and the 70s ones. It's just like they don't make movies like this anymore. So if you're fresh to it, it's not going to work.
I haven't seen any of those, but I've seen every Steven Seagal movie he's done in 2000 moving forward to 2024. I've seen all of those, but I've never seen Star Wars. So it's like
I recently went down the deepest of deep dives on Seagal. There's a show called The Dollop. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And they basically like the whole conceit of the show is like one of the hosts knows what the topic is going to be and the other one doesn't. And one of them does a crazy amount of prep to do a deep dive on this. And the topics are all over the place. It could be about some historic event. It could be about a person. It could be whatever. They did one. It popped up in my feed one day and it was Steven Seagal.
Ooh.
And I saw it was like part 1 of 3. We're talking this is 5 hours of content. Okay. I listened to all of it every minute and I'm thinking about running it back. He is the strangest, weirdest guy. And like, that has ever walked the earth. But what is even stranger is
stranger than like Nick Cage and stuff? Like
not even close.
He's like a different world
because he's like a grifter too. Like he has some way talked his way into everything he's done in his life with all like the whole like he convinced people that he was involved with the Japanese mafia at one point.
Yakuza, Native American. He said he's Mohawk.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
How's he mean with Putin? I know that part of it.
Yeah,
like he just like
best friends with him and Dennis Rodman. Like they go and they eat out together in Russia. Like dead serious. Like,
but this is someone who has talked his way into everything he's ever done, and the grift has never ended. Right? Like his martial arts skills are basically made up. Like even the action movie thing, he's never even gotten in action movie shape. He doesn't even look like an action star.
The way he runs is crazy. He was blessed by the Dalai Lama. You heard about that? Like he was officially blessed as like you're forever going to live. Like he got the highest blessing from the. So there's a story where he goes on set with Rob Schneider and he's like, I have been blessed. Because he talks like a jazz man now. He talks like Proposition Joe from The Wire. He's like, I have been blessed as. He's like, the Dalai Lama calls me the Holy One now. And it's like just crazy stuff. How does he do that, Jesse?
Because that's what I'm saying. There's nothing that he has like legitimately done. He has somehow talked his way into the most insane life of anyone who's ever lived. Like I said, he has no martial arts skills. He's a terrible actor, objectively terrible. Yet he's a successful actor. Yet he is somehow a professional taekwondo artist. Yet he has an album out. Okay,
yes,
he has an album, and he can't sing. He's like morally reprehensible, and he talked his way into an audience with the Dalai Lama. There is something about his way just to find, just literally to talk his way into any scenario. It's
Jedi mind tricks, straight up Jedi mind tricks. That's what it is.
It's shocking. Even after, in his movies, he has in his contract that no one can land a blow on him. Like
I heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
That like in fight scenes, not only
how would the fight scene be compelling if one guy's
lose? That's like the thing. Like he can't lose.
No, but it's not just can't lose because a couple guys have that in their contracts. He doesn't even get hit. Watch a Seagal movie, and the method of fighting is Steven Seagal is in the middle, and henchmen just randomly run at him, and he barely even moves in the fight scenes. Marty, you've seen his whole catalog.
Yeah, I've seen
his
the whole
moves
thing,
are just like
it's
barely
like
touches
or something. It's some different type of. It's supposed to be close to close hand. It's funny because Prime now and Tubi has all his like they have the full catalog, but it's like it's all from his company. It's not from like any major studio. It's literally like Russian funded movies, and so it's full blown. I watch him since I've had my son. Like I have so much dead time to like do nothing, and I have just been on a tear. It's been a problem. My wife's like, "Are you watching Steven Seagal again?" Now I'm starting to talk like him. Now I'm starting to like walk like it's a problem.
You're Austin Butlering it. You're going to end up
it's like almost when I watched The Office and I started looking at random directions, going, like. Just my obsession with the show.
Okay.
You become the character.
This is not going to make for good podcasting, but I feel like you have to see it. This is a demonstration that he did back in like the 70s. Just go ahead and fast forward to 2 minutes in. This is him taking on 33 guys at one time at a martial arts competition. No. And he's just leisurely walking around the mat, throwing guys. But how? I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
He's fighting, quote unquote, fighting 33 guys at one time just by open-handed sort of batting them away. And he is.
I've heard he actually hurts people. Like he actually hits people in the face.
People are literally like this is as bad as like NBA flopping. They are not even. Oh, and then people clap at the end like he accomplished something.
But excited to have him. He's a cultural icon, man.
But this is how every fight scene in his movies are. He just stands there and sort of bats them away like a room full of bad guys. And literally no one ever touched. I'm telling you, how he has established this grift. An action movie with an aversion to action. A singer who can't sing. A martial artist who doesn't know martial arts.
A diplomat with no diplomacy skills. You know,
exactly. Someone with no connection to Russia is
taking audience with Putin.
He's the reason why there hasn't been World War III, because Putin's like, I do have two friends in America. I have Steven Seagal, I have Rodman. I don't want to hurt them, so let's just call it off, guys. That's why.
Oh my gosh! So it's gonna be a national security issue when he dies one day. Although with the Dalai Lama, he's never gonna die.
Yeah, it's true. He'll always be enlightened, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we have a great show in store for you. Chad Veach joins us, L.A. pastor to the stars. No, he's won that. Chad joins us. Also, at the end of the show, it's spring break time. Mid-March. We have the ultimate spring break trivia showdown. You don't want to miss that either. Stay tuned. Up next, it's Slices.
Turn me around, right upside down, spin me like a globe and drop your finger on me. I feel so far, you're all I want. Spin me like a globe and drop your finger on me. They push me in circles to the edge of the earth, where I can't go any further till I start coming back to you.
You're listening to The Beaches. The song is Edge of the Earth. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. I wonder if they're flat earthers, if there's an edge.
Oh, wow.
But beyond the ice wall. Yeah. That's another rabbit hole I've gone down.
Are you serious? You're not conforming to it.
No, I'm curious about how people could believe this. And trust me, there's no version of me that is ever flirting with the legitimacy of the idea. Okay. It's the idea itself that is fascinating to me. Like, I'm not like, oh, they got a point here. That's not it. I am fascinated with the adjacent theories around it. Because, have you guys heard about the ice wall and all that?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
That's where I don't understand. You can't
get past the ice wall. That's like the whole thing.
Like the Truman Show, like there's an actual edge, like a bubble.
And we can't, and then the government has blocked it off.
But how do they explain like pilots who can, or things that can circumnavigate the globe?
They're in on it. But the thing is, like, now people are saying, now there are like, this is big in TikTok culture.
Your TikTok culture.
What's that?
Your TikTok culture.
Like I said, I don't know how my algorithm has got it. You're one video away, man. You are hanging on to a flat Earth post for 5 seconds, and then it's all you're going to get from here on. That's how this is work. This is a whole nother thing. I'm convinced that, and we've talked about this, how China has a different approach to algorithm in the US than they do in China, like where they, over there, it's like people get stuff about STEM and, and being a good person. And we get flat earth videos and car wrecks and dancing, and dancing and memes and stuff, which I'm not complaining. USA, baby.
I'm drinking a cup of tea right now that I saw on TikTok. So what kind of tea I didn't bite on like umamate or something. Let me.
Does it like have any health benefits? Would it get sucker you in like that or? Yeah.
It's yerba mate. It's like energy. It'll clean you out. It's like
nice.
It's spring pollen, whatever. I just was kind of feeling the. Yeah. And holy cow, when they say it'll clean you out, it'll clean you out. It is,
what did I buy? From TikTok, I bought like a vitamin thing. I bought these gold vitamins that they sell on Amazon. I buy a lot of stuff from TikTok. Me too. I'll hear about it on TikTok and I'll go price shop. I'm not going to buy from the TikTok I bought for no reason, I bought something that fills up your tire because at one point for a whole day I saw the thing. So I went on Amazon, I got it for $24, but it pumps your tire full of air. I bought that, but I haven't even used it. It's still in the box.
Yeah. Well,
it's a problem.
I bought some forbidden maps of the lands beyond the ice wall. That
it's in my office. It's hanging up in my back of my office. I believe this.
Yeah, it's a great conversation starter for people. They love it.
All right, it's time for slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right. This was very exciting news to me. The world of college sports. So I need a little context, set some context here. The world of college sports has kind of been upended in recent years,
NIL.
You have the NIL. You allow athletes to kind of make money. Talking about paying
and the
players.
Transfer portal, everybody's there for 1 year and says, "What are you going to pay me?" And they move on. You have all these big conference shakeups all the time. It's just a different world than it used to be. Right.
Well, one university in Rock Hill, South Carolina, a division that has Division I sports, is embracing this new world. It's Winthrop University. Now, like I said, they're D1 in their sports program, but they have become the first college in the nation to issue 2 scholarships for the sport of cornhole. They went out and recruited. This is what they say is the equivalent of 5-star recruits. 2 of the best high school cornhole players in the country. Now, Winthrop happens to be next door to the American Cornhole League, which is, as the Wall Street Journal notes, a major governing body in the sport. I like how they said a, not the, as if there's several major governing bodies. Then we have the minor ones.
Well, it's kind of like boxing back in the 80s. You had the different belts from the different, governing bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the Winthrop has already made, according to the piece in the Wall Street Journal, an investment in video gaming esports and is a national power in that. The athletic director says they also are planning a drone racing team. And his quote is, "It costs a lot of money to be a Division I program. We're almost resetting what sports can be." I love this. Now, there's one hiccup. These are not NCAA sports. There aren't other colleges to compete with on an official level for cornhole and some of these other sports. But the goal is they're going to send these players out to sports bar tournaments and tailgate tournaments and national tournaments and represent the school, which this is great. Where was this when we went to college, where you could just be really good at essentially a hobby?
Games. Yeah, darts.
And get a scholarship for something that isn't even an NCAA sport. I like where Winthrop's head's at. I mean, you talk about innovative.
They're doing esports too.
Esports. They're doing esports. Yeah,
I do know. Like Cohen just joined this week. He joined the esports team in his school. I mean, they have jerseys with their name on it. It's they compete against all
really
the
good
schools.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the Rocket League team, 3v3 Rocket League. That's his. So they have different teams for different games. Anyway, I know Full Sail here at college here, which is known for audio and video, production and technical stuff. They built an esports arena and they offer college scholarships as well for esports. And I mean, it's crazy.
I feel like I've seen billboards when you drive. Yeah. They have hey, now esports, you can get a degree or something in it.
You can get a degree in esports and you can also get a scholarship in esports. Wow. It's wild the money they put into it. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with it being called a sport. I think it's a game.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah, the
There
esports.
should be an athletic component. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I have no issue with people competing in organized tournaments. It looks pretty fun.
But this is a slippery slope because I mean, the people call different things sports that I think are just games, and I can't figure out a hard definition of what makes something a sport.
It has to.
Like number one, like gymnastics, a lot of times are just arbitrary judging. Ice skating, you know, especially like Olympic Games stuff. That to me is like is it an athletic competition? Sure. Is it a sport? I don't know. You know, like to me, like there's this like vagary there that esports could slide into under like the Olympic definitions. You know,
but my definition is this: it at least strives to have an objective way to determine a winner in a competitive setting. So, like
esports does,
but that's the first thing, right? The second is it has to have some sort of physical athleticism, and I don't feel like moving your thumbs really counts. That
using your brain.
Yeah, but
like
again,
chess,
like
chess
physical athlete. No, that's a game. It's a game. It meets one. There's an objective way to determine a winner in a competition, but there's no athleticism. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're saying if there's athleticism like diving and it's just judged, it's an arbitrary thing, but you're competing.
Well, it's not. I mean, there's a point scoring system. Now there are subjectivities built into it, but they do have a system that is based on a point scoring. You know, like there's always going to be degrees of subjectivity.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay,
anything on a horse on the Olympics?
Now, when you get animals involved, I think that should be its own category. I think those are
so esports should be its own category. Because it's still a competition. There's a winner and a loser.
It's still a game. Still a game. A horse sport. Now, let me say this. Are we talking pure horse sports? Just horses? Like if it was some sort of horse racing. I'm talking about the ones that
do the fancy trots. And like Snoop Dogg is like, doing like the crip
I'm talking
walk
about
thing.
if you had some horse event, like racing without the jockeys, that's just pure horse sport. Now, if we're talking
that's where I'm kind of going like,
around.
when I see the horse sports and the Olympics, I'm like, how come the Westminster Dog Show isn't in the Olympics? Because it's still a trainer with an animal. It's a person guiding an animal. That's what I'm doing with the horse, making it trot all pretty. I mean,
getting complicated over here.
Why don't they have big dogs that you can ride in the Westminster? Why don't they have a Great Dane division? You put children on them,
or snow like the dog sledding, right? Dog sledding races. The person's just standing on the back getting pulled. They're not doing anything.
I think it's pretty physical. I think
it has to have a physical aspect to be officially a sport, is what you're saying.
Yes. And
what about shooting though? That's not physical. You're laying down and you move your finger a little bit. That's less than esports.
It's a lot of lining up. It's
so
a lot
esports. What do you think esports is?
There's no screen in shooting.
Listen,
you're projecting a physical object.
I think if shooting is an Olympic sport, esports would fit the same category.
Esports are not doing anything in the literal real world. Like the competition exists.
They're in the same room.
They make more money. At this point,
the
they're starting to make more money.
Competition is on screen. Yeah, look, and I want them to make money.
We're just trying to see. We're trying to poke holes in the argument to see how real, because it's a good theory, Jesse. I'm not going to lie.
Listen. Let me tell you the definition of a sport. You put a man in a robe on a wrestling mat, and you have 33 guys run at him. If he can bat them away with barely even moving, he's probably one of the greatest athletes alive. Let's circle back to that for a moment.
One hand spin.
All right, so Winthrop University.
The point is, we need more pure animal sports. We just need like a horse sport. Like we need to train animals.
Are you talking puppy bowl situation where it's like just let them? Oh my gosh, you are. You're talking cock.
You're talking Michael Vick over here? What are we talking about?
I was more thinking, if I was more thinking primates of what we could train them to do for our entertainment.
No.
I wasn't thinking fighting, but if we want to, let's do it. Which species? That's a great idea. Is you put a bunch of animals on the island and see which one. I don't know. We're getting
someone on an island and have another person
here,
chasing after them. I get it. I know what you're trying to do.
Most dangerous game. Yeah, I mean, we're in the ditch here. The point is, I approve of what Winthrop is doing, and I think there needs to be more colleges that find weird games to issue weird activities to issue scholarships for to encourage these type of activities. I think it's great. First school in the country.
Okay, so according to your criteria, you want cornhole and darts to be added to the Olympics.
It would make the Olympics is adding breakdancing this year. Why not? Why not do some? They are.
Has that been an article? Have we covered that already at Relevant? Because that is a whole
it was a couple years ago they announced it. So the teams could prepare. Yeah.
Here's the beef about the Olympics.
Paris added breakdancing.
I have lots of them. Most of them are sports none of us have ever tried and never will try. Like none of us are going out to the track on the week. If they had a couple games that people play, you wouldn't want to see darts in the Olympics. Do you see how that 16-year-old kid who's like the Michael Jordan darts right now? He's lighting it up. You guys hear about that kid?
Again, not on my TikTok algorithm.
Guys,
I think there's a close overlap between the flat earthers and the dart enthusiasts. So I think you're getting cross-pollination.
Is he Irish? Is he in a bar? Like, is he like drinking?
Yeah, he's Irish. He's Irish, and he's like 16 years old. And
he probably grew up in a bar drinking when he was 10. 100%. He knows what he's doing.
100%.
I'm telling you, we're in the golden age of darts here, guys. There's just kid out. He's like he's Lance Armstrong in this thing.
I mean, if ping pong is in the Olympics, darts could and should be. It's the same level of athleticism.
Yeah, I don't know. You watch those ping pong.
Yeah, that's true. The Asian ping pong guys, like they're running 30 feet.
Just Google Luke Littler and see what comes up. He's taken over the sport.
Jesse,
guys.
I don't want my algorithm to look like your algorithm. I'm not going to Google Luke Littler.
He's English, and he, like I said, this kid came out of nowhere. He's only like 16 or 17. He looks like he's 40, and he's unstoppable. No one can beat him. He's dominant. He's taken over the sport.
It's like those Dominicans that play baseball.
There is absolutely no way.
And they play in the 13-year-olds.
There's absolutely no way that father of 6 who's worked in the mines for the last 28 years is 16 years old.
And
there is no way.
He's 17, and he's on pace to become the most dominant athlete in any single sport ever.
Wow.
He's a star of the Premier League dart league.
He's the Tiger Woods of darts.
Yes, he is. And he's happening right now, and you guys are passing it by. You could be like I am, following his career and being excited with every achievement.
This kid's 17?
Yeah.
He just turned 17 like 6 weeks ago. Like, what?
Okay.
He has over 1 million Instagram followers. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. He's a big deal. He's one of the greatest athletes of his generation.
Wow.
And like it or not, the picture I'm showing you is what that looks like right now. It is pure athleticism, and go Luke, go. That's all I can say.
All right. What do you have, Marty?
Wow. Hard to.
Yeah, there's no segue. Yeah, there's a hard stop.
Speaking of boxing, just kidding.
How dare you? How dare you?
So
we're witnessing greatness right now, and you guys are ignoring it. Continue.
I just looking at the seatbelt around his waist. The dude's like huge. He's enormous, and he just looks like. It's amazing. They say millennials look older. Anyway, Jake Paul is going to be fighting Mike Tyson. And an exclusive match, July 20th. Good news, it's on Netflix. That's my hot take today. Unbelievable what's happening in the boxing. Boxing is now becoming WWE.
How old is Jake Paul?
27, and Mike Tyson is 57.
So you have a 30-year – let me tell you guys something. About 2 years ago, I did an event for a UFC fighter who did a boxing event. He was boxing Evander Holyfield. And so he wanted me to walk out, write a song, rap, whole Christian thing. So I walk out. This is when American Idol producers, all these people were producing. It was a big deal. And I saw this man beat up Evander Holyfield. And I saw Evander Holyfield walk out the ring because obviously he needed the money. You know what I'm saying? Like the last time I saw Evander Holyfield, he was preaching. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a different situation. He was talking about, he passed up the grill. He messed up. But this guy, I saw his face afterwards, Evander Holyfield, after he lost a fight, and I just felt so much pity for him because I was like, dang, this guy really just did it for the money. In my mind, I feel like this is the same situation. It's going to be in Texas, and it's going to be July 20th. It's going to be on Netflix. First off, Jake Paul has been cherry-picking every single fighter. If Mike Tyson loses this fight, it's over for boxing. That even the head honchos, the guys that I really respect, because I got into boxing heavily the last couple of years, they're disappointed in this. It's a really weird situation. You have a 30-year age gap. There's every sponsor imaginable, and they're going to be fighting. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's a sad thing for boxing.
There's no win for Mike Tyson. He doesn't need the money.
He doesn't. He's done financially good.
He's fine. Yeah. So like to me, like what's the win here? Is it to like prove your legacy? Dude, leave your legacy in the past. It's
maybe
good.
He beats maybe the script is he beats Jake Paul, and Jake Paul has his first loss to Mike Tyson. So people think, hey, it's not fixed. He lost finally. Maybe that's the one.
Marty, I'm going to zag here, okay? Because I think this is exactly what boxing needs. No one's watching boxing. Luke Littler has more Instagram followers than the biggest. I don't even know the biggest boxer in the world. I guarantee you, Luke Littler's more popular. Say what you will about Gen Z.
Getting popular right now, though.
They've given us both Jake Paul and Luke Littler. And listen, Luke Littler's popular than any boxer right now. I will say that they need a novelty like this. I think what boxing needs. You know, I am a little uncomfortable with the age gap, but I do think what boxing needs is age classes. So, you know, you have people around the same age, but I think who wouldn't want to see a couple 80-year-olds step in the ring and just see what they got? I'm talking, I don't want to see an 80-year-old fight a 40-year-old. All right. But I do want to see two 80-year-olds going at it. That'd be fun. I'm just saying.
So you want to be like YMCA basketball league. So you have the over 40s.
They're tough. Yeah. No, they're tough. Those old guys are tough. They'll push you. They'll juke you. Like I went on a cruise last year, January. We do our yearly cruise. And I'm playing with this older guy. He had to be 87. So I'm like, this guy's not going to be a big deal. This guy was pushing me, shoving. Oh, yeah. He was sweaty.
Boxing you out,
I couldn't grip,
elbowing you in the gut.
Because he was so sweaty. I was sliding off him. It was like a
And they body you. They get all slimy and then they body you. And you're like, ew. And then they take advantage of it.
It was exactly like that one movie, Along Came Polly, where he like slides on his face. Yes. Exactly what happened. I'm done. I'm done. I'm out of here.
But here's the thing. Why stop at boxing? Why don't we have a version of all pro sports? And it's very, very elderly people. And you just get to see how they can still do it out there. And I'm talking, you know, we'll watch a baseball game one night. We'll see some boxing, some UFC. We'll see them play some hoops. Who's not watching? And you have to be like over 85 to even be considered for
you.
That's
like
a
Florida,
rookie.
and you have to be in a 70+ community. Like there's certain rules to it. What's that one thing that the elderly community plays where it's like a ball? They just throw it and it hits another ball.
Bocce
That's
ball.
what I'm talking about. Like bocce, we got to watch that. But you know what? Some of these older guys, they're really good, and they have old man strength, and that's what people forget.
That's
old man strength is a real thing.
Absolutely.
We have a president who's like 81. Okay,
the bocce king.
We are in the golden age of old people doing big important stuff. Why
it's
not give
them their own
sport?
You're right, Jesse.
Why not? That's what the name of the league is. Second wind, and you get two 85-year-olds out there slugging it out. Who's not watching? They can open the Tyson fight.
Imagine if to determine who's going to be the president of the United States, we had a boxing match. What that would just be absolute. Actually, that's what they do in Russia. That makes sense. That's how.
If you can beat a bear, you can rule.
You had a boxing bear.
All right, that'll do it for
Slices.
Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com every weekday where we have more of that stuff plus real stuff. All right, stay tuned. Up next, Chad Veach joins us. You're listening to the Marias. The song is Run Your Mouth, which is what I got in trouble for as a youth. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth. Creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Where our guest today is Chad Veach. He's the pastor of Zoe Church and a friend of the show. We sat down with him to talk about why it's important to remain present in a world that's constantly trying to distract and how we can actually achieve that goal. Here's Emily's conversation with Chad Veach.
Well, I see you're wearing the merch from this year's Zoe conference, and I know the overall message was my full attention. Why is that a message people need to hear today?
Yeah, in fact, I was just reading it. We had a prayer meeting this morning, and in my Bible, someone had transcribed it and written out for me and taped it into my Bible so I could read it opening night. And I saw that today. But I just love that thought in Matthew 6. We've always grown up in the NIV or the New King James Version translation. But in the Message translation, Matthew 6, towards the end, Jesus says, give your full attention to what I'm doing right now. And when I read it in the Message, it really jumped out to me. We always hear, seek first the kingdom of God. Tomorrow will take care of itself. But I like that new iteration of it, give your full attention. And I felt like, for us as a city, for us as a church, and just for people in general, so it's so easy to look at the glory days in the past, what God did back then, before COVID, so on and so forth. And that just the contrast and the decision you have to make to go from the glory of the rear view mirror versus the windshield of faith to what I'm looking forward towards. So that's really what I felt like for this year.
I love that because I think so many of us focus on that past, right? Like during COVID, it was all about getting back to normal instead of trying to embrace a new season.
And I always laugh at that. My whole joke on that is no, I remember who you used to be. You were just as upset. You were just as frustrated, just as lonely. So, it's like the fish gets bigger every year. It's like the whole thought that, it was so great. No, we were there. You were not that happy. So I think it's a trick, in life that we've got to not. I always think that the tension is not to romanticize the past, and then on the opposite, not to villainize the past. It was the worst. They were the worst. I hated it being there. Gosh, it was just so hard. I don't think I was around you that you weren't that mad. And we had a couple of bad days. I think we've got to stay in a good tension there.
I will say that's often easier said than done. Do you have any practical tips on how we can hold that tension well?
Well, I think, the verse is the key. The verse is the answer. And what is the antidote? Being, in culture, people want to say, you need to be present in the moment, the gift of being present. I think Jesus is alluding to that, right? Pay attention to right now. And if I can't do that, I'm going to walk by Zacchaeus in a tree and I'm not even going to be able to help him because I'm in the past, or I'm so fixated on the future. Someone's going to pull my jacket that needs a healing and I won't stop to go, virtue went out of me. I won't be able to do it because my mind is somewhere else. So I think the key to life is being present while today I am receiving forgiveness and I have the strength to give forgiveness today. And so I think that's, the trick, the challenge of today. And there's, one of my favorite preachers, Jensen Franklin, he was at our conference. He calls them weapons of mass distraction. And I think that's the bottom line, is that we're so distracted with so many other things than the present and what's in front of us today.
Are there any boundaries you've put in place to make sure you're staying focused on God?
I'm probably the most boring person. I have to apologize. People are like, my wife gets so mad at me. She's like, you want to eat at the same place, the same meal, at the same time every single day. It's like I just kind of live a little bit robotic, probably. Some of that's really healthy. It just allows me to get up every morning, make my coffee, sit down and read my Bible. I did it this morning. I did it the day before. I did it the day before, and I'll do it again tomorrow. And that allows me to kind of set my intention for the day, dedicate my day, and start off with gratitude, start off with awareness. Okay, God, today is your day. I'm very thankful. If you would like to put me into a divine appointment moment, I'm going to have eyes and ears to see that. Whatever you want to do. I think it starts with that. It starts with the intentionality of setting that. In life, I think you're going to get whatever you go for. I just believe that. So setting that intention to be used by God, and I think the rest starts to take care of itself.
I am curious, what does it do to our spiritual walk to remain present? Like, how does that actually deepen our connection to God?
Yeah, and I think that most of us, we just forget so quick. If I don't do that, I can forget my commitments, my convictions. I could start to erode and leave who I really want to be. So I need some things in my life that, keep those guardrails there. Other theologians and historians would call it spiritual disciplines. I call it boring stuff. What do they say? The greatest ability is availability. And so I think it's always trying to get your ego out of the way, get your pride, your disappointment, your rejection, all the issues you're dealing with, to kind of wash that, heal that, cleanse that, to allow the love of Jesus to be poured into us. Because if it's poured in, it will naturally flow out. So I think, it becomes very important. Paul goes to Timothy, hey, there's a lot of vessels in a house. Only a few are really useful. And see, you'll set yourself apart to be useful for the master. So what good am I if I'm distracted, discouraged, defeated, disobedient, all those things that could so easily, the sin that so easily entangles, I can get caught up in that fast. So I've got to spend these times dying to myself. God, please today, you increase and let this joker decrease. Because if I increase, I'm going to steer us into a bad path probably. But I trust you to lead me and to guide my life. And so I call you my Lord. You are in control. I think stuff like that, it's very important. I think that's where these daily confessions, these daily affirmations are important. I think we can never underestimate the power of identity. Knowing who you are, knowing what you're about, your vision, values, and standards, the mission of your life. Jesus is slipping away to the wilderness to pray. He comes back with purpose. And you see him model that for us. Like, I heard someone say a long time ago, don't give the best part of your day to people. Give the best part of your day to yourself and to God, and that time that's so valuable, it's so overlooked. It is not rocket science. And Jesus says to us in Revelation, hey guys, I wish you were either hot or cold. That would be even better, easier to work with. But you get stuck in this lukewarm, I'm kind of in, I'm kind of out, I'm wishy-washy, I want to, and it's like, he's like, I spew you out of my mouth. Like, so if he wants me to get hot or cold, I'm definitely not going to live my life cold. I'm going to do my best to live hot. So how do I throw logs on the fire? What are the things that keep me on fire or motivated, inspired, excited, convicted? Well, all of that comes from God's presence. So I better get there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we can forget that, those daily consistent practices are so important. But like we were talking about earlier, there are also experiences like conferences that can be really powerful, but that can be hard to explain to someone who hasn't attended one. So I would just love to hear from you, like, why are spiritual events like that worth doing?
Yeah, I always think it's important. We're all building our churches. We're all building you're part of the Belonging Co. I am part of a community called Zoe. But there's something powerful when we get all the churches together. And I remember growing up as a pastor's kid and going to these big youth conferences, 1,500 students, 2,000 students, and being like, I'm not the only teenager that loves God. This is pretty cool. I remember going to the Kingdom in 1995 to the Kingdom in Seattle, Washington for Promise Keepers, 65,000 men. Going like, I think we're just always encouraged when we realize we're a part of something so much bigger than we can realize. There becomes, especially for a young person's life, this thought of positive peer pressure. Because we face everyday negative peer pressure to talk a certain way, think a certain way, live a certain way, culture. Now I'm in kingdom culture with thousands of other people. I'm on a winning team. I didn't even really realize that. It's a pretty big deal. Like, you go to Belonging Co. conferences, 3,000-4,000 people in the room, people flown in from all over the world. You're like, all right, let's go. It's encouraging.
That was Chad Veach. Make sure to check out his podcast, Leadership Lean In with Chad Veach. It's available wherever you get your shows. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's the ultimate Spring Break Trivia Showdown. You're listening to Casey Hill. The song is You Know I Love You Still. Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. All right, it is time for the ultimate Spring Break Trivia Showdown. It's spring break time, so we want to test your knowledge of all things spring and spring break. It'll just be one-on-one right now because
let's do it.
Just you guys. Let's go. Here we go.
Ready.
Music kids. All right, Jesse, you're up first. What Florida theme park is known for its giant concrete alligator, Old Joe, which stands as a roadside landmark? Is it, these are all multiple choices.
I don't even need the choices. Gatorland, baby.
It is Gatorland. There you go. We went.
That's
I guess you had an advantage. All right, Marty, as you drive into Dragoon, Arizona, you'll see a number of billboards asking the question, what is the thing? Well, what is the thing? Is it A, a crater that marks the alleged site of a UFO crash in 1954? B, the fossilized remains of a creature no archaeologist or paleontologist has been able to identify? C, a metal shed containing a number of strange items, including several actual mummies and a Rolls Royce that once transported Hitler? Or D, a literal underground club set in a cavern sporting numerous hot springs, a 24/7 poolside bar, and nightly cover bands?
So I've been there on my trip to California from Florida. We did a lot of roadside. I believe it's the mummy. It's like a mummy of a daughter and a mother.
The metal shed containing a number of strange items is correct.
Yeah,
that is right.
It's. We did that. We did the crater. I did the crater as well. My wife did it. We have stickers. It's the whole thing.
Awesome. Wow. Jesse, what U.S. city is usually considered the birthplace of spring break? Is it Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Panama City, or Tampa?
The birthplace, I'll probably go. I don't know. I'm just going to go with my gut. Something telling me that's got Fort Lauderdale vibes.
It is Fort Lauderdale.
Already,
Fort Lauderdale
they have
was
a little sign.
huge in the 80s, and then they said no more, and they shut it down, and it moved up to Daytona Beach, and then Panama City, and then Miami. And now Miami's saying no more. Like it like keeps moving, and then the city says no, get out, and they
I've only
change all
been
the
to Fort
rules.
Lauderdale once. There's some real outlaw vibes in that town.
It's definitely We would go spring break at 15, 16, Freaknik. Like what were we doing there? It was just absolutely insane.
I don't know if it's just where I was, but there was an inordinate amount of people swimming in street clothes on the beach that day. There was more jeans in the water.
You're so right. You're so
than I was
freaking
comfortable
right.
with, and it seemed
I've never realized that, but you will see people in straight up clothes just jumping in the
walking
water
into the ocean.
and being like really happy about it. Like, oh, it's water. Like it's like the first time you've seen it.
They're hanging out at the beach all day in just regular clothes, and it just seems like they just do things a little different down there, and I respect them for it.
When I was 15 in spring break, I bought a shirt that had a woman's body under a bikini. It was like painted on the shirt. Yeah. That's what we were doing. So.
Of course. All right, Marty, you're a movie guy. What movie ushered in the modern spring break? Was it Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise from 1987, Animal House 1978, Where the Boys Are 1960, or Spring Breakers 2012?
No, I'm going to say Revenge of the Nerds 2.
No, Spring Break was already a big thing when that happened in 87. I saw it. Where the Boys Are, 1960 is
Where the Boys Are, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesse, possibly the strangest private home in the U.S. is Bishop Castle in Rye, Colorado. Jim Bishop has been continuously building his home, which is open to tourists, out of wood and stone every day since 1969 when he was just how many years old? 8, 15, 21, or 30?
I'm gonna go. That seems like something you do. Like I was really into building forts at one point. 15's a little old for that, but it seems like that's in the vector of when you're still on the latter years of fort building. So I'm gonna say 15.
15. That's correct. Yeah, he started and he hasn't stopped every day since 1969.
Good for him.
All right, you guys are undefeated so far. All right, Marty.
I missed one. Remember?
Oh, that's right. You missed the spring break movie. All right, how much do college students spend each year on spring break in total? 18 billion. 8 billion, 1 billion, or 500 million?
I'm going to say 8 billion.
$1 billion.
Wow, that's a lot. Still a lot.
Yes. Considering they don't have jobs, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of parent money.
All right, Jesse, last round. Here we go. But these are worth 3 each, so it's anybody's game. Here we go. In 1978, Jim and Tammy Faye Baker opened Heritage USA, a Christian theme park in South Carolina. It was at one point America's 3rd largest theme park behind Disneyland and Disney World. Which of the following attractions did Heritage USA not have? A Bible school, a skating rink, a Ferris wheel, or a shopping mall?
The Ferris wheel.
That's right.
The only fun one.
That's right. I went there. I went there in the 80s, and they had a water park. They opened a water park as a phase 2. I remember going down the one slide they had. It was a very sad theme park.
Did you get merch at all? I'm going to try to find some merch, some vintage.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, Marty, last one. Here we go. True or false, the Jolly Green Giant statue in Blue Earth, Minnesota predates the canned vegetable brand of the same name.
I already know.
False.
Okay, I was confident I was going to win that one.
All right, congrats, Jesse, on winning the Ultimate Spring Break Trivia Showdown.
Big honor. I'm the Luke Lidler of this trivia game.
He's 36.
You look like you're in your upper 30s and have multiple children. All right. Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Chad Veach for joining us today. Make sure to check out his podcast, The Leadership Lean In with Chad Veach. It's available wherever you get your shows. Also, make sure to check out the new issue of Relevant. It's available now for free. Just click on the magazine tab. You can read it. Thanks to our presenting sponsor, The Covenant, available now on Apple TV. You'll find great features with the likes of Need to Breathe, Rainn Wilson, Julie Chen Moonves, Brooke Lidgerwood, and so much more. Also, you can get the enhanced edition by joining Relevant Plus. You get ad-free unlimited reading at relevantmagazine.com. You get an ad-free version of this podcast and more. Go check it out. Click the Relevant Plus tab at relevantmagazine.com. Okay, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Marty.
We'll see you on Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Are we talking pure horse sports?
Relevant Podcast Network.